Hey guys, so a lot of you requested to see me dye my hair, like what do I use and how do I dye my hair. So it's time for me to do it because the colour that I used before, I don't know, I guess I wasn't that impressed or that happy with it, and I've also chopped the ends of my hair off just to make it more level and more look a bit more healthier. So I guess the lighter part was at the bottom, and anyway I need to redo it, so I thought I'd just share it with you guys. So the colour I've gone for this time is golden bronze, and the dye that I always use is by Dark and Lovely, and it says fade resistant, rich conditioning colour, locks in true to tone colour and shine, and this is what it looks like. So those of you who want to know where I get this from, I get it from any hair store that sells hair extensions. So if you're from Leeds, then it's the hair and beauty store, like the CC hair and beauty store. That's where I get it from, and I just find that this is the only dye that manages to lighten my hair without me having to bleach my hair beforehand. I've never ever like bleached my hair and then use the hair dye to go lighter. I always just use this, or before I use this it was like the L'Oreal tubes that you can get from Sally's, but I just found with that, I don't know, I think at the time when I was using that it was just like hard to maintain. So with this I just get one of these boxes. This time I got two. So if I feel like I need to use like the other box, I will. A lot of the times I don't, but what I find is the inner part, so I've sectioned my hair already, so I've got like my top bit here, but the most inner part, so right in the middle, it doesn't really take, I don't know why it doesn't really take. I'm happy with it not all going the same colour, because when I curl it I like that sort of effect that it gives, and if I ever want it all to be one tone, well then I go darker and then I wait a couple of months and go back to being light again. And I know a lot of you like who are hairdressers, or those of you who are more into the hair and you know a lot more, you're probably thinking, well, you're doing really bad for your hair, but I don't dye my hair on a regular. I don't use like, you know, a lot of stuff on my hair, as in dyeing, so I think it's fine what I'm doing right now. So in the box you get your, first I'll just show you, it comes with like a instructions, and then you have your two plastic gloves attached to this. You have the cream developer, which is step 1, and then this is 2, so you mix these two together and shake it well. And then you also get your conditioner as well. So when you put your dye on, you don't be, once it's time to wash it, you don't use any shampoo, you just literally wash away the dye, and literally lather, wash away, and it doesn't feel really brittly, it doesn't feel horrible, it doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, my hair's like wiry or dry or anything like that. This is why I really like using this this hair dye, because my hair feels really soft and silky. So then once you've like washed it all, just use the conditioner that comes with it. And I tend to, I mean, they normally say with conditioner you're only supposed to use like a tiny amount. I never use it on my scalp, so I only use it like, you know, from the bottom of my head below, I use it there, and I lather quite a bit on. I tie my hair into like a plait, do the rest of whatever else I need to do, and then right at the very end before I jump out of the shower, then I wash this out. So that's how I like to do it, just so then I know the conditioner's been in my hair for a while. So get yourself a hair grip, get yourself like either 2 hair grips or a hair bobble, or a hairband, just something so you can separate your hair. If you've got a brush or a comb at hand, then get that as well. I tend to just run my fingers through my hair. I brush all my hair out beforehand anyway, then I start separating. So I don't really have like a comb or brush whilst I do this. I'm going to start off with mixing these two together. Making sure you got your gloves on, you've mixed the two parts, sorry, you put the other part into here. What I like to do is just take off the end, so this little bit at the end, I like to take this off and then shake it all up. You can see that it's not like, it's not separated, because when you put the liquid in you can see that there's a separation. So when you can see that there's no separation, you've thoroughly mixed it up, then just start dyeing your hair. So I've already done like a section. I like to work in sections, and one thing that my sister told me as well is don't do your roots first, always work like bottom way up. squirt a bit into my hand and then apply. So you can see why I said if you have a brush or a comb, because it'll help to separate the hair and you'll probably get a much even application. But this is how I do it. This is how I like to do it, and I like the effect that I get. If you've got a towel at hand, put a towel there if it's your first time doing it. And I also recommend wearing old clothes whilst you do this. When it's underneath, like underneath as in right at the bottom of your hair and the midway section, then yeah, you can take it up to the roots, because I find that area for some reason, if you're a hairdresser then let me know, but I just find that area for some reason just doesn't take properly to the hair dye, so it doesn't lighten up as much. Make sure as well that your hair is it's not freshly washed, it's not freshly clean or anything like that, because if it is, then I don't know what the reason is why they say you shouldn't, but as far as I know, it shouldn't be clean hair. All of my hair is dyed now, so I'll put all the colour everywhere. Now, I know I cut out the whole section of, whole part of sectioning all my hair, because it does take a bit of time, and I haven't got that much time to be spending and showing it like step by step. So I'll just talk through it quickly. All I did was section the hair and take I find if I take tinier sections, then I can work with it better, and I find like the hair will get a bit more covered with the dye better. So take tiny sections, and then when it comes to like the top of your hair, I don't place a lot of dye at the top, because your roots take to it quicker, and it'll basically go much lighter, because obviously you leave it on for a while. So try avoid putting so much on. Another thing you can do is leave all the hair dye on, avoid your roots, and then when it's about 20 minutes in, or 25 minutes in, because I leave this on for about 40 minutes or 45 minutes. The recommended time is 30 minutes, so if you do it by that timing, after 20 minutes or 25 minutes, then do your roots. That way your roots aren't going to be really light, how mine ends up being really light. But again, this is something where when I've done it, struck plenty of wood, it's been fine. I've not had a problem, and when I curl my hair, I love the effect. So now that this has happened, and because we've got darker hair, we need to do something else that'll help us. So the next step is sticking a carrier bag over your head and blasting it with a hairdryer. And I know you're gonna be like, what? But in a lot of salons, especially like when I got mine done in India, what they did was, when I had the hair down, because it wasn't taking to it as well, like as much as they said it would, like it was a L'Oreal hair dye, they ended up blasting my hair with a hairdryer. Now I do this with having a carrier bag on top, and it was my sister who told me about it. So get a carrier bag and just stick it on top. All you do is just tie it at the back, like just do like a cross. If you can do a knot in it, do a knot in it, but I just do like a cross. And then you get your hairdryer like this, put it on and blast all your head. I'm not going to do that now whilst you guys are hearing it, because it's going to be so loud, but you will probably see like a snippet of me doing it. Once I've completed my hair, then I'll wash it all, show you how I basically blow dry it afterwards. So I have come out of the shower, blow dried my hair. I haven't done anything different to what I normally do when I blow dry my hair. I use obviously my hair dryer. I use a paddle brush, or more of a flat brush to blow dry, and this is the outcome of my hair. And I know I've just got the one lighting on here, but I'm going to do a get ready with me now. So if you want to see that, go over to my other channel. This is obviously my second channel. I've got a main channel where I do a lot of tutorials, so if you want to see that, then head over to there. But this is how it looks, and you know what, I actually really love it. It's a really like a goldeny, I guess like a golden brown colour. Hopefully you'll see well, you'll still see it much better when I do a video when it's like proper daylight and everything, but this is the outcome of it. So this is how I dye my hair. I don't do anything like spectacular. I don't go out and spend so much either on doing it, because I quite like that I've got like my darker tones and my lighter tones in my hair. I really like that. So the hair dye again is Golden Bronze, that's the name of it, by Dark and Lovely, and it's Soft Sheen Carson, that's what it says on the top, and this is what it looks like, and this is how it's come out on me with having darker hair. Obviously it tells you on the sides, like if you got this dark hair then you get that light colour. I don't go by that, I go by what works on me, and I tend to try it, and I guess I'm a risk taker that way. I like to try and pray for the best. So this is my hair dye, what I normally do. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see my tutorial now, which is coming up, I don't know what I'm doing, it's like a get ready with me, but yeah, if you want to see that, head over to my other channel, and I shall see you soon.